Are you a realtor or a wholesaler?
I'm both, actually. I'm an investor, realtor, wholesaler. I'm actually in California, but my partner's in Denver.
Oh, I know. He works for.
There you go.
Yeah, his daddy in this town.
Daddy in this town.
One of the biggest dads in town.
He's pretty loyal, I must say. We have a few deals under contract at the moment.
Well, send him over to me.
Hi, I'm Ryan Zomorodi, COO of Real Estate Skills. And for the past 10 years, I've been wholesaling, fixing and flipping properties, and buying rentals all over the nation. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to find cash buyers for wholesaling using a technique that I call skip tracing. I'll be calling a cash buyer today, and I'll be recording this call live so you can see exactly how the conversation with a cash buyer can go. I have several properties under contract that I'm looking to wholesale to a buyer. So I'll be using this as leverage when talking to this person for the very first time so I can get an idea of exactly what kind of properties he's looking to buy and what price he'd be willing to pay for any of the deals that I'm gonna bring him in the future. Skip tracing is simply looking up the contact information for a property owner in any given area. And I'm specifically looking for properties that have sold in the same exact zip code of the property that I'm looking to wholesale. So the most important part of skip tracing is having a very highly qualified list of contacts of properties and property owners that you're gonna be reaching out to who are very highly likely to be a buyer for your wholesale deal. So what I wanna do when I'm wholesaling a property is find all of the sold properties in an immediate area around my wholesale deal that have been fixed and flipped by other investors in the market. Once I aggregate a list of sold properties that have been flipped, I will then look up the chain of title of these properties, which is simply the record of ownership over the past few years, and I can quickly identify which one of those owners have bought and sold those properties for a profit within a very short amount of time. From there, I will simply Google search the owner, and oftentimes it's just as simple as that. You might find their website, you might find their contact information, whether it's a Google My Business listing, a website, a LinkedIn. It's pretty amazing what you'll be able to find with a little bit of investigative work, which is what skip tracing is all about. So in this case, I found a property that had been flipped a few miles away from the property that I'm looking to wholesale. I looked up the chain of title and I saw that there was an LLC that was the owner of a property that had been bought and sold for a profit in a very short amount of time. After a quick Google search, I was able to find the owner's website as well as some of their other information on LinkedIn, and I quickly was able to find their contact information. In other instances, it might be a little harder to find, and so you'll have to do a lot of digging. Additionally, I use PropStream and InvestorLift because they have some really cool features that I haven't seen available in some of the other free tools. If you want to check them out for yourself and get started looking at property owners today, go ahead and check the link in the description because we have some exclusive promotions going on with these vendors that allow you to save some money when you sign up. So again, guys, I found this property owner by simply pulling a list of sold properties in the area around my wholesale deal. I skip traced him using Google and found his website and contact information. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a call, and I've recorded this live so you can see exactly how this is gonna go. So I'm gonna warn you that the language does get a little bit colorful, but we've edited most of it out. However,
viewer discretion is advised.
How you doing? It's Ryan Zomorodi.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, I was just giving you a call to see if you had a minute to chat. I saw you guys are buying houses in the Denver area. Are you guys still buying?
Yeah, I think. I get that call like once every month. Like, I bought 42 houses this year. No, I just stopped all of a sudden. It's Jailer and I don't want to buy. Oh my God. So did you find me on InvestorLift or something like that?
I saw your website.
Oh.
Figured I'd
That's
give
like
you.
a website. Wouldn't even try really hard.
It's actually not too bad. I was taking a look at it and it's pretty clean, I must say.
We haven't even tried. We're putting even money into it yet, so that's good.
Yeah. No,
Are you a realtor or a wholesaler?
I'm both, actually. I'm an investor, realtor, wholesaler. I'm actually in California, but we have a couple companies, one of which is sourcing properties for investment in Denver. My partner's in Denver.
Yes, I'm a buyer. I'm door knocking right now, so I'm not a lazy buyer. I like to door knock people on crack or in pre-foreclosure. So I'm getting ready to roll up to a condo and see if grandma's still there. Maybe she's dead. If you get anything Denver Metro or Colorado Springs or up north in Greeley, Fort Collins, we're looking at everything.
Great. What do you typically look for as far as, return or, minimum profit on your deals? And you're primarily fix and flip. Are you guys doing rentals?
No, we just flip mostly. It's the same formula as Cali, probably ARV times 80%, 82% minus rehab. I'm just making a lot of singles and doubles. The wholesalers out here take most of the profit anyway, so what do I care? And then I deal with the headache for 3 months and I make half of what they do. So there's your formula.
Yeah. Do you guys ever wholesale too? I mean, if you're ever looking to offload, I mean, we take down some properties as well. We're not just wholesaling. So.
Oh, I know. He works for.
There you go.
Yeah, his daddy in this town.
We have a few deals under contract at the moment.
Well, send them over to me. I mean, he shouldn't be around on. It's like one of the biggest dads in town, but
he's pretty loyal, I must say.
I sold 3 houses this week. So there you go. I do wholesale, but I only sell to my boyfriends. I'm one of those. I don't get on a daisy chain. When I need a for sure done, then I call him and deal with whatever mood he's in. So can act however he wants to. He's the one that has 30 or 50 mil in the bag. So
right.
I don't compete with that. I said, yes, thank you. May I have another, please? I mean, I'm flipping my own. We have our own crews that we're constantly rolling.
He doesn't pick up everything. I mean, he's pretty aggressive with his pricing, but he doesn't take down condos, townhouses for the most part. No multifamily. Is that something that you would take a look at, or are you guys pretty strict with your single family?
No, we pretty much buy anything entry level. I'll buy multifamily. I do buy a lot of condos because we can go in and out super fast. We won't go over budget. I'm a good buyer.
Yeah, it's good to know. I mean, we're just trying to expand our buy box, because he is a great buyer, like but he doesn't buy everything. And he'll pass on things, and we are getting leads kind of that aren't in his buy box. That's why I'm kind of making some calls and just trying to network for our business. And so maybe we can do some business together. And I don't want to be one of those wholesalers that stretches the numbers and sends you deals you're going to lose your shirt on. So that's not what we do. We'd like to do volume and have you make a lot of money so we can both continue to do business together. So just trying to set the foundation. Right.
But if you start a wholesale company and you're going to call like 50 of us, and I show up to your open house and I see all my boyfriends I've known for 20 years, I'm not going to go to the second one. Like when I sell stuff to, I just call. I don't put it on a daisy chain just to, stop his golf tee time at 9 in the morning and say, you need to go here now. Then he shows up and stops golfing. Then he sees 20 people that he knows. It's just like inconsiderate. So I'm not going to stop everything I'm doing to go look at somebody's showing on a vacant house, which I could have walked myself, just to have somebody follow me through a vacant house. And then I go, hey, I'll see you at golf tomorrow morning. What are you going to bid on this? I mean, it's just like we don't even show up. I guess now I already made our million, so I don't have to say yes to everything. I don't know. You guys do what you gotta do, but that's just my feedback. You can take it with a grain of salt. So
no, I respect that. There's a lot of deals out there. You guys are good. Probably pretty selective with the properties that you want to pursue and say yes to. So
I say yes to everything that makes me money.
You're buying out of state too, then it sounds like.
Yes. Like if you had a house in Long Beach, California, on the beach for $250,000 and it's not beat up by an insurance claim, I would buy it right now. So there's it's an unlimited buy box almost. What are those 2 deals you guys got?
The deal's pretty much spoken for. The lot's pretty big and it has a pretty good insulation from the road. I think he's kind of factored that into the number.
It's just looks like a little bi-level with a tuck under garage. We don't have a lot of tuck under garages out here. So 3-bed, 1-bath, 1960, probably outdated, needs everything would be my guess. ARV is, I'm guessing, I'm just kind of throwing this out. So, 500 all day long, 550 is still good. Probably above 6 is probably running out of runway. Is that a good rough draft or did you get it for more than that?
Yeah, he's in mid 6s, so.
Okay. Well then, there must be ARVs in the 7 strong. I'm not pulling comps yet, but yeah, I probably would have been under, is my gut. What's the next one?
That makes sense.
Yeah, 32988, looks like a brick ranch, probably with a basement. Let's see. 491 is total tax value. I just start with tax value. Probably has a basement. It's finished. It was listed and expired off the market last January. So it was listed on the MLS for $438 for a very short period of time. There's no interior photos. does not have a garage. So let me tell you what I would pay. I'm just looking at the photos from a year ago, last January, and it looks semi-old and trashy. Not terrible, but I'm just saying I doubt it's pretty inside.
Yeah,
Is that,
I don't think so.
Is that basement finished? It almost says it is.
I'm not, I don't recall.
I would definitely ask him. There's a chance that it's not finished per the listing from a year ago, which is crazy because it's built in the 1960s. You think it'd be finished by now. I would assume the ARV is a 500 plus. I'm just trying to see if that's right. Yeah, there's one that's better on Stanford that's mostly remodeled ish, and Stanford is under contract in 2 days for like 550 range. It's a little bit bigger of a model, like 1,200 square feet upstairs. So I'm doing a wild guess. I think your property without a garage is worth probably more 5.25, because the ones that have a garage are worth 550. I'm gonna see if I can find any more comps, which would make my offer low 400s, maybe less. They listed it for 438, pulled it off the market in 2 days. So if you can get your homie below 400, you guys should be good. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's right where we're hoping to be at. So
yes, if you get that to me in the high 3s or right at 4, I take a strong look at it, at least, is my gut. Denver's a very big city, obviously.
yeah, certainly. And with the, condos, townhouses, if you look at those, multifamily, then, that's kind of outside of his area. So I'm not intending on building a huge list and just email blasting. Like, that's not how we typically run our business. We prefer, 1, 2, just really strong, relationships. And obviously it's the first time we're talking, but, we'd love to just kind of have a go-to, partner to, offload any good opportunities that we have, so that helps us talk to sellers, knowing with confidence we can close. Obviously the numbers have to work, but
if you want a rough draft, like, hey, here's this, here's pictures, ballpark, where would you be? I'm having trouble finding comps. I'll give you, if you're at 350, take it yourself. Even if I don't buy it, you should be fine. And 375, you're good. Anything over 4 is getting really tougher to do, is my gut. So
yeah, it's a great first pass at it. So yeah, you're quick, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, and obviously shows your knowledge of the area. That's pretty cool.
The other formula with why he's a good buyer sometimes is his formula sometimes is ARV minus 150 equals purchase. So if it's worse, then his buy is 350. Using that as a rough draft. But lately, what I've seen with a lot of guys is we actually want to get a hell of a lot closer to 200 from buy to ARV, which really f***s up the deal lately. Because then you got to buy it at 300 if it's worth 500. I'm not trying to be Captain Negative, but just keep that in the back of the mind as we go through summer.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of guys that are just tire kickers. They're like, I want to do the deal, and they just kind of disappear. So it's almost like you have to present more of a no-brainer lately, and I think that will probably continue through summer into the election. Unless the feds drop the rates, everybody's grown a brain in the last 30 days. We're not saying yes to everything anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense. Obviously, you're not trying to get into deals that you're going to regret. You're not trying to work for free either. So I respect that. Well, appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time. I'll be in touch, and hopefully we can put something together. You're actively looking for deals, and so are we. We're not looking to make a killing on every deal either. So we're just trying to do in volume, just create a name for ourselves, and just trying to do good business.
Text me your name and info. I'll save you on my phone.
I will send you my info, I'll text you, and then keep you in touch. Pleasure speaking with you, man. Thanks for your time. I know you're busy. So
talk later. Thank you, boss.
So there you have it. I was able to find and call a cash buyer using the skip tracing method, and that's exactly how the call went. A few takeaways from my conversation with this investor. The first thing is that I noticed he's buying based on the percentage of ARV of 80 to 82% minus repairs. This is a very common rule, and 80 to 82% is actually pretty fair considering a lot of other investors in other markets usually use 70 to 75% of ARV minus repairs. So this tells me he's actually pretty reasonable in the prices he's willing to pay for my wholesale deals. The next thing I noted is that he's not just buying single family houses, he's also buying townhouses, condos, and multifamily properties, which is great because not a lot of investors want to deal with homeowners associations and all of the complexities that come with HOAs. What I also found interesting is that he's buying out of state as well. As he mentioned, he's buying in other regions, which opens up more opportunity because I invest in other states as well. So there's an opportunity to do business outside of Colorado with this particular investor. One thing that he mention is that he'll buy any deal where he's going to be making money on it. While this might sound like a good thing, I'm actually very cautious when I hear investors say that they'll buy any deal that makes them money, or I buy any deal that's a deal. To me, this means that they don't have a very strictly defined criteria, because think about it. Do you think an investor would want to pay $2 million, for example, if they're only going to be making $20,000 in profit? Most investors that I know, including myself, are going to want to make a proportionately larger amount of profit compared to the amount of capital that they're putting into a particular deal. It's all about risk-reward ratio. What he also mentioned is that he primarily focuses on starter homes and more affordable properties in his market. So to me, that means he's immediately pricing him out of the higher end properties that we might be getting under contract. This conflicts with what he originally said, that he would buy anything that makes him money. Because again, going back to my example, he probably wouldn't buy a $2 million property and flip it for $2.1 million, because at that price point, you're paying a lot higher property taxes, insurance, and holding costs, which could completely eat into your profit if you're only making a relatively small amount. Lastly, I really liked how he was quickly able to look up the properties that I had under contract and give me a very rough number of what he'd be willing to pay. Regardless of if that's his final number, that at least tells me that he has an intimate knowledge of the market, and I know that he'll be able to make fast decisions when I send him my wholesale deals. So there you have it, guys. That was my live call with this cash buyer that I found through the skip tracing method. I'm really excited to be sending him deals in the future and doing business with him. If you want to learn more, go ahead and download our cash buyer script in the description. Also, attend our free training on how to wholesale and flip houses from the MLS. If you want to book a call with our team who can find the right program for you, go to realestateskills.com/apply. Thanks for watching me find cash buyers. We'll see you in the next video.